3. Be careful. Stay at home and lock your door all night because someone has been watching your movements and plans to appear tonight. Archangel Michael says, tonight is not just another night, there is something shifting in the atmosphere. You felt it without understanding it. An uneasiness that started quietly has now grown into something you can no longer ignore. The chills in your body, the urge to double-check your door, the sudden flicker of lights, none of it is random. Someone has been watching you with a purpose. And that purpose is moving closer with each hour. This presence is not of love. It carries envy, bitterness, and intentions that are unspoken but loud in spirit. You must remain inside and spiritually alert. Type Amen to get blessing 333. You may not know who it is, but your spirit has already sensed them. There were times when you felt eyes on you even in a crowd. Now, that energy has traced you to your home. They've been tracking your patterns. Your timing, your habits, your silences. Tonight, they planned something they thought would go unnoticed. But heaven saw it. And this message is your first line of defense. You're not reading this by accident. Your instincts were right all along. Your caution wasn't paranoia. It was divine protection moving inside of you. Type Amen to get blessing 528. They don't just want to confront you, they want to confuse your peace. To create disruption, to pull you out of alignment. They see your light rising and they don't understand how you keep surviving. But they don't know who shields you. They don't know what stands in the gap for you. And that's why they're failing before they even begin. Lock your door. Turn off the noise. Sit in stillness, but not in fear, sit in authority. Tonight is a test for them, not for you. You have already passed yours. Now it's their chaos returning to them. Type Amen to get blessing 174. There is a car that has passed your home more than once. A phone that has called and hung up. A shadow that has tried to remain unnoticed. They won't admit they're watching you, but they are. Not with love, but with obsession. Their intentions are not clean. You're being told to stay in. Not forever, but just for now. Because the energy outside is unstable. Let the night pass. Let the watchers wander. They will not reach you. Type Amen to get blessing 641. This person is close enough to know your routine. They might smile when they see you, but the smile hides envy. Their heart is heavy with a desire to disrupt you. They couldn't reach you emotionally. They couldn't break you spiritually. Now they think fear will do the job. But your home is surrounded by the unseen. And no harm will enter it. Still, you must honor the warning. Close your blinds. Keep the lights soft. And stay inside your anointed space. Type Amen to get blessing 702. There's something in their energy that feels desperate. They've tried to ignore the consequences of their actions. Now they believe disturbing you will relieve their own torment. But they are walking into a wall of resistance. Heaven has already raised the barrier. They will not cross into your atmosphere. Your address may be known to them. But your location in the spirit is out of reach. And that's where your true power lives. Tonight, you are being guarded hour by hour. Each moment you obey this message, the safer you become. And the more powerless they feel. Type Amen to get blessing 811. You might feel a sudden weight in your chest. You might hear a noise that makes you pause. Do not panic. It is not an attack, it is confirmation. You are sensing the clash between light and shadow. And the light is winning. The battle isn't happening outside your window. It's happening in the spirit realm. And your awareness is the final shield. Don't open the door for anyone. Don't respond to unexpected calls. Let this be your night of sacred silence. Type Amen to get blessing 356. They think no one sees them. But the divine has watched them from the start. Every footstep they've taken in your direction has been recorded. Their plan is not new. It's a repeat of old tactics. But this time, your discernment is sharper. You have outgrown their reach. They are now trying to grab at a version of you that no longer exists. But they don't know how much you've evolved. They remember the vulnerable you. They don't realize they're approaching the chosen you. And that's the mistake they'll regret. Type Amen to get blessing 490. The timing of their presence is not random. They waited until they thought your guard was down. But your spirit has never been more awake. You were warned through dreams. You were warned through sudden emotions. And now you are being warned through this very message. This is divine interception. The plan stops here. Tonight, their shadow meets your shield. No weapon, no whisper, no walk-by will touch you. You are locked in divine coverage. Nothing passes without permission. Type Amen to get blessing 660. Archangel Michael says, when they arrive, they will feel blocked. They won't know why. But their feet will grow heavy, their breath will shorten, and their intent will freeze. That is the power of sacred territory. That is the energy of your home right now. It has become a place they cannot trespass. The person watching you hoped to strike when no one expected it. But heaven always expects it. You were never alone. Now that you're aware, their plan is already losing force. They cannot win where you have already been warned. Stay home. Stay anchored. Stay sealed. Type Amen to get blessing 822. They may return again, but their effect weakens every time. Because your awareness grows. And so does your protection. Every time they try, their life unravels a little more. Because they've been warned too. They ignored it. Their own actions are catching up. And tonight will begin their undoing. Not by your hands, but by the hands of justice. You don't need to fight. You need only to obey this moment. And the angels will finish what was started. Type Amen to get blessing 135. You'll know by morning that something was prevented. You'll feel lighter. As if you avoided a blow you never saw coming. Because you did. And this warning was your shelter. The storm passed, but it didn't touch you. That's the power of divine messages. They show up before impact. They whisper before the crash. They lead you before confusion. They stop you just in time. And tonight, you were chosen to be spared. Type Amen to get blessing 991. This is your covering in full force. Not because you begged for it. But because you were meant for greater things. And greater things can't be delayed by shadows. No one in darkness can stop what's built in the light. Not tonight, not ever. They are now pacing in their spirit. The confidence they once had is slipping. Their plan is falling apart before it ever began. Every step they take toward you, something pushes them back. They feel resistance in the air. Their hands tremble even when they try to steady them. Their mind is louder than it's ever been. Thoughts racing. Fear building. Type Amen to get blessing 407. They thought they had power. But tonight proves that power means nothing when it's misused. Their strength dissolves in the presence of spiritual fire. Your home is wrapped in fire tonight. Not of destruction, but of divine defense. No one can touch what is protected. You don't have to speak a word. Your obedience has done the work. Now the heavens are handling the rest. They will remember this night for the rest of their life. Because they came close to something they didn't understand. And it shook their core. Type Amen to get blessing 223. They may go home and say nothing happened. But inside, they'll know the truth. They felt something standing between them and your door. And what they felt, they'll never forget. They will see your home differently from this night forward. Not as a target, but as sacred ground. You'll feel the air shift once they retreat. You'll feel the quiet return. And peace will settle like a blanket. This wasn't just another night. It was a spiritual checkpoint. And you passed. Type Amen to get blessing 844. You honored the warning. You stayed in alignment. And your reward will echo for weeks to come. They lost tonight. Not just physically, but spiritually. They will carry the discomfort back with them. The one who watched you now feels watched themselves. Their own energy has turned on them. What they sent out is coming home. Their thoughts will not rest. Their spirit will feel unsettled. They will not sleep well for many nights. Type Amen to get blessing 690. This is the price of attempting to invade the light. The weight of misusing intention. They invited something and they cannot handle. You don't have to understand it all. You only needed to listen. And you did. Your home was sealed tonight. Your name was protected tonight. Your peace was preserved tonight. And it will remain that way moving forward. Because now the spiritual border has been set. They won't try this again soon. Type Amen to get blessing 908. Archangel Michael says, there's a record being written. One where your name is being marked as unmovable. One where the enemy is now exposed. They were hoping you would answer the door. They were hoping for access. But heaven denied them entrance. Your body might still feel the tension. That's normal after a spiritual pushback. Let your space breathe again. Open the windows in the morning. Clean the corners with intention. Let the light flood back in. Type Amen to get blessing 311. What was meant to frighten you has been reversed. What was meant to shake you has become a shield. You are standing stronger now. This night will mark the end of their attempts. The final time they try this method. They'll realize it no longer works. The power they once had has left them. Because they misused it. And now they are uncovered. You, however, are rising. Even through this warning. even in silence. Type Amen to get blessing 562. You've shown heaven that you can be trusted with messages like this. You honored the instruction without needing all the details. And that is rare. Now, prepare for a shift in blessings. Because what was blocked is now released. And what was delayed is being delivered. Peace will return stronger than ever. Clarity will become normal again. And sleep will return, undisturbed. This night was not an attack, it was a revelation. You were shown the level of protection surrounding you. And that knowledge is priceless. Type Amen to get blessing 732. Let this be the confirmation you needed. That your instincts are aligned. That your soul is in tune with truth. Let this remind you. Not all protection is loud. Sometimes it arrives like this, quiet, clear, undeniable. You are safe now. The hour has passed. And the energy has retreated. They walked away confused. Because the resistance wasn't natural. It was divine. Type Amen to get blessing 803. They'll keep their distance now. Not because they want to, but because they must. Because the fear they carry isn't of you, it's of what surrounds you. You are not just protected. You are preserved. You are chosen. And when you are chosen, even the dark must obey. Even the watchers must walk away. Even fear must freeze. This was a spiritual invasion blocked at the gate. And now you will walk forward with greater power. Greater clarity. Greater confidence that they'll remember this night even if no one else knows. Because their spirit encountered something stronger than their plans. And now they know the difference between manipulation and divine protection. They thought they were the hunter. But they became the hunted by their own intentions. The energy they sent out is now following them instead. Their steps will be watched. Their words will echo back to them. Because heaven heard everything, even what was whispered. Type Amen to get blessing 994. What they wanted was a reaction. What they received was resistance. That's what happens when someone walks into the territory of the chosen. You didn't lift a finger. You didn't open the door. But the force behind you rose up anyway. Now, they'll carry the fear of approaching you again. Because it didn't go the way they thought it would. The confrontation never happened, but the lesson was loud. Their plan had no ending. But now their access does. They won't return the same. Type Amen to get blessing 144. There's a shift coming in your atmosphere. New peace will move in slowly, then all at once. Your space will feel safer without even changing anything. Because something left. And something better entered. A fresh spiritual layer of protection now covers your home. From this night forward, you'll notice things. Your sleep will be deeper. Your thoughts will be clearer. Even small blessings will find their way to your door. Because you obeyed the message when it came. And that unlocked something new. Type Amen to get blessing 678. You're not just protected, you're upgraded. You've stepped into another level. And your light has expanded because of it. They thought they could shake your foundation. But your foundation is rooted too deep. You're grounded in a realm they can't access. That's what frustrated them the most. Your peace is impenetrable. Your silence is filled with divine presence. They underestimated how covered you truly are. But now, they've learned. And you've been reminded. Type Amen to get blessing 490. Even in the coming days, they may try from a distance. But every time they think of you, they'll feel resistance. Not from fear, but from truth. The truth that you are not who they remember. You are transformed. Your environment has been reset. No longer are you spiritually exposed. You are fully covered. And heaven has marked your location. What they used to approach with confidence, they now fear. Because they saw what happens when they ignore spiritual boundaries. And it nearly broke them. Type Amen to get blessing 310. The next time your spirit senses something off, you'll know exactly what to do. Because now you trust your intuition. And you trust the warnings. That's growth. That's alignment. That's divine awareness. You are maturing spiritually, even in silence. You no longer panic, you prepare. You no longer react, you recognize. And that recognition has given you strength. The kind of strength that walks in the room first. The kind that requires no introduction. Type Amen to get blessing 591. Tonight was a spiritual checkpoint. You followed the direction. And in return, the attack was stopped before it could begin. You didn't have to see them. Because you felt it. That's more powerful than physical sight. They don't understand how you knew. They don't understand how you responded before anything happened. But that's the beauty of divine instruction. Your obedience saved you from an unnecessary encounter. And now you carry the reward of protection. A layer of light so strong, darkness flees at its presence. Type Amen to get blessing 721. You've proven that you are no longer easy to reach. No longer a target. Now, you are covered in clarity. Their confusion will remain with them. Because they tried to touch something holy without permission. And heaven responded with silence, and then resistance. And that silence spoke louder than any word. It reminded them that you are not alone. And that your safety is sacred. Let them talk. Let them wonder. You already know what truly happened tonight. Type Amen to get blessing 833. You were given eyes beyond sight. And you used them. That's why you remain whole. You were given ears beyond sound. And you listened. That's why you are untouched. The spiritual realm respects those who obey. And tonight, the respect around your name increased. So did the boundaries around your life. They cannot reach you now. Not without divine permission. And that permission has been denied. There's a silence now, but it's not empty. It's full of protection. Full of authority. The atmosphere around you has shifted permanently. Something dark was turned away. And something sacred now stands in its place. The person who tried to invade your night won't be able to explain what stopped them. They'll blame weather, timing, anything they can name. But deep inside, they'll know. They touched a boundary they weren't supposed to. And it pushed back. Harder than they imagined. Type Amen to get blessing 298. The next few nights will bring rest. Not because nothing is watching anymore. but because nothing has permission to cross. You will feel warmth in your space, even when the room is cold. That's the presence of divine guardianship. Your energy will feel safe again. Your sleep will hold you like it used to. The fear has no power here anymore. They walked away confused, but you walk forward confirmed. You now know the truth. You are heavily guarded in ways no one can explain. Type Amen to get blessing 477. Their intentions didn't just fail, they backfired. Because you did nothing but stay obedient. And heaven handled the rest. Let them wrestle with what they tried to do. It no longer concerns you. Your focus is forward. You're not a victim of their thoughts. You're a vessel of light. And no shadow can stand in your presence long. This message is not just about warning, it's about victory. The kind of victory that's quiet, but permanent. Type Amen to get blessing 559. They may walk around you differently now. Less confident. More cautious. Because they'll feel the shift even if they don't understand it. Something has changed. And it has nothing to do with them, and everything to do with you. You were covered before they even planned. You were sealed before they ever moved. Their timing failed because divine time was stronger. They wanted fear. But fear is what they're left with. And you've walked into power. Type Amen to get blessing 386. Archangel Michael says, your awareness saved you. Not by fear, but by discernment. Not by panic, but by peace. You knew something was coming. But you didn't fight it in the flesh. You surrendered to the Spirit, and the Spirit responded. You've passed a test you didn't even know you were taking. Now you're stepping into another layer of protection. One that cannot be shaken. The same door they wanted to enter has now been sealed. The same windows they looked through are now guarded. You are hidden in plain sight. Type Amen to get blessing 714. From now on, your senses will be sharper. You'll know when something isn't right. And you'll move before it reaches your doorstep. That's not paranoia, it's power. Power that comes from being chosen. From walking in light that sees ahead. The person who watched you won't understand what happened. They'll carry that moment like a mystery. Because heaven made sure they'd never forget. You don't have to revisit this. You don't have to defend yourself. The spiritual realm already did it for you. Type Amen to get blessing 923. You've been upgraded without announcement. Elevated without explanation. And now, your presence speaks for itself. Let them wonder. Let them whisper. You have things to build, blessings to receive. This interruption was only a reminder. That even when you're unaware, heaven is aware. And nothing can reach what's already been sealed. You're stronger because of this. More alert. More connected. Type Amen to get blessing 310. The night they thought they'd claim victory became your night of elevation. They walked away spiritually drained. You walked away spiritually crowned. Now your steps are being watched from a distance. But not with power. With hesitation. Every time they think of trying again, they'll remember what stopped them. Every time they pass by, they'll feel the shift. And they won't dare approach again. This isn't just protection. This is reputation in the spiritual realm. And yours has been marked as untouchable. Type Amen to get blessing 667.